Super special to do it with all of us as friends, and it's our last year here, so it just made it really awesome.
I think it was even better just because we did it last year. Just to do it twice is even so much more special.
Yeah, I agree. It was a really fun day, and just to do it all over again was really awesome.
Probably
Really good.
Honestly,
Amazing. Yeah,
amazing.
Inspiring.
I don't think we realize how much of an accomplishment it is until like the end. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like looking back on it, it's really awesome to just have that experience under our belt for like next season.
And rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Winning
rare.
2 in a row.
Very
That's
unreal
awesome.
feeling.
I don't think we realize how like what you said, like how rare it is. Like when you watch other games like basketball or something, you don't see that like people around here usually go to like states. So it's kind of like nice to just know that.
I felt a lot of relief, in particular for this whole team, to win this state championship, just because there's so much pressure on us to repeat. I just think it's a real testament to the tradition that gets passed from year to year, from each group to go after the same goal. And it's just really fun to see a group of kids actually achieve it. So many get so close. It's really a difficult thing to do. So winning 3, it's really special. I'm looking for more, though. It'd be really fun to have other kids experience such success.
COVID wasn't really as big of a factor this year as last year. But I mean, it was still something that like stood in the back of our minds. Like,
Yeah.
will this next game be canceled? Will we not be able to, I don't know, play anymore? Will we get
Practice.
quarantined? But
Yeah, that was more. I really wouldn't say COVID was a big deal. Well, it obviously is a big deal, but with volleyball, it wasn't. We didn't really have that fear like we did last year.
Yeah.
as far as challenges go, I don't think we really like had any major like
No. Like
Issues.
out of with other teams,
Yeah.
like issues. I don't really think so.
yeah.
Most of the teams that we played a couple years ago and like lost in the semis, they actually went to AA. So we didn't really get to play them. And those teams like Cumberland Valley and Maplewood, they're coming back down to single A. So us seniors next year will have to deal with them. So that will definitely be a struggle. Well, not a struggle, but definitely hard.
There was this one chunk during like the season where we were missing some of our biggest hitters and we were missing some back row players, and we didn't really have our whole lineup for some games, so that was really difficult to figure out who could play what positions, and we weren't really developing that team chemistry that we needed.
At the beginning of our season, we lost a setter and an outside and a defensive specialist, and having more people come in to fill, it was a little challenging to figure out who needs to play where, but we obviously figured it out and got it done.
Some of the challenges were to go from a COVID mindset with not having tournaments, not having camps, to then really gearing back up. I think we learned that that we could be as competitive without as much play, and so I wasn't sure what are we going to do in a all-day situation. We hadn't been in those in a long time, and so managing the season, making sure that we peaked at the right time, is always something I think about, and I thought about that a lot, making sure we didn't jump too much or swing too much at the most important times. I think we had situations where probably for a month to a month and a half we never had everybody together, based on an injury or illness or quarantine, and so keeping everybody involved and then feeling like a complete unit, I think, was a challenge.
What is it?
I don't mind. During team camp when Durish backs into a building, she backed into this building in this huge minivan.
The school's car for us.
It was so fun. Not fun.
Ding dong ditching teammates and
Yeah,
coaches.
and getting yelled at. But volleyball part was probably just obviously the best part was after the state championship. winning.
Yeah. Getting the chance to like walk on Main Street and like break the rules. Like
It
I
was
don't know.
like, yeah,
It was
with
awesome.
police and
Yeah.
Yeah.
sirens and people had poppers.
It's nice to have all that support
Mhm.
and I don't know. It's just fun.
I think my favorite memory was JV and varsity courts were usually split during practices. So we were on the varsity court just playing like we usually do. I think we were just doing like a drill. And then all of a sudden we see the JV like running sprints like a lot. And Coach Juris just yells, "Excuses are for losers." And we all just started laughing because we thought that was hilarious.
Start off with my favorite memory. We were in Harrisburg at a tournament, and two of our freshmen, we were shopping. They left their bags somewhere, and the cleaning ladies came and they took them. But they thought someone stole them, so our coaches, we took a picture at the best time of whenever our coaches were interacting with the police officers, and I think that would be by far my favorite memory.
Playing tournaments, like, yeah, I guess it was a tournament in the summer. They were just super fun and so like up in spirit. It was just the best time.
Well, I mean, I think I would like to thank, first and foremost, the players. It's special when you have people buy in to a big idea. It's even more special when they get that it's not about them and it's about the bigger idea, and it's about the team, not themselves, because there's some really amazing individuals and you could really look at the individual accomplishments, but at the end of the day, I think they'd all give them up for the team accomplishment. I mean, our booster club worked super hard. There was a point where, you know, we had to have a meeting and say we have $400 because we had no opportunity to fundraise before. How are we going to fund going to certain camps? How are we going to pay for tournaments that we are entering? And, you know, they stepped up and did what they needed to do to help support these players' dreams. And, you know, I think that we have a school atmosphere that really supports, you know, the goals that these kids set. You know, I think from Dr. Carrico to Mrs. Mills, like as our athletic director, they are on board with a lot of yeses and how can we help you, and so that goes far, and you know, makes you feel like you can, you know, do just about anything. And you know, our larger Clarion volleyball, you know, family in general, we have a lot of support. There's a lot of alumni who stay connected, who send messages, and they love to see the success of these kids as much as they loved to feel it when it was them. So, you know, just a big thank you to everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Love you all.
Love you. All the support. It's appreciated. It really is.
Yeah, we probably couldn't do it without you. Definitely not.
And Ryan Weiser.
Yes.
Big shout out.
Ryan.
He won us a state champs.
Yes.
Thank you for all the support from you parents and especially our coaches, because this was a very fun time, very fun 4 years for all of us, and we couldn't do that without the support you guys give us. So thank you so much.
I also want to say thank you because I was a late bloomer. I started a little bit late, but I know Coach Campbell and Coach Dersh, they were the only coaches I've ever had, and they really developed me to the player who I am today. So I want to say thank you.
When you're returning so many starters, that's definitely special. It's something to capitalize on that they know what it takes to win that championship. There's nothing like that knowledge that you gain when you've gotten to that point. So we knew that was special. I always find, though, that when I have a team that's ready to go after something super challenging, that I try to find a way to challenge myself, to learn something new, to bring them something more challenging. So I don't know, that this group has a little bit of a carefree, non-stress nature about them, which early on made me feel that they were going to not pay attention to the pressure. And I think that was truly a real help in them getting what they set out to win right at the beginning. Well, they set out to win 2 years ago. They were like, let's win 2 in a row. So remember how special this is. I think someday you will realize that it's not typical to win 2 state championships in a row, and relish in what that feels like to have something feel so amazing, and then apply it to everything that you do, because if you can do that, you can handle any adversity, you can handle any problem, but celebrate it and remember it and take it with you and share it with your children and your grandchildren, because very few people can say they're a 2-time state champ.
what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.